Hello everybody, my name is Taylor and today I am presenting my Emergent literacy lesson based on the book The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. This lesson expands on themes of creativity, confidence, and expression all through language-rich activities and centers. My literate environment is a print-rich classroom where students are surrounded by language connected to art. The classroom includes labeled vocabulary, student artwork displays, and a dramatic play art museum where students use language to describe and discuss their art. This book teaches creativity, self-expression, and confidence. It also introduces the idea that simple marks can have meaning and connects to my thematic unit, Elements of Art. This lesson supports oral language development, listening comprehension, and early writing skills. Students also get to build vocabulary and participate in meaningful discussions about the story and their artwork. Before reading, students will look at the cover and make predictions about the story. We will connect to prior experiences and set the purpose of discovering how something as simple as a dot can become meaningful art. I then read the dot aloud, pausing throughout the story to ask questions and encourage students' discussion. This supports comprehension and keeps students engaged in the story. After reading, we will review the purpose of the story and discuss how creativity and confidence are shown. Students will connect the story to their own artwork and experiences. Students will then practice language skills by retelling parts of the story and discussing their favorite moments. This is going to reinforce the vocabulary and comprehension.
Okay, so we are going to read a story called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. By raising your hands, who can tell me what you see on the cover? Johnny.
The front.
The front. This is the front of the book, right? And what's this called?
The back.
The back. And what's this called?
Spine.
The spine. What else do you see on the cover of the book?
Letters.
I'm talking to Johnny still, really quick.
The dot
A big dot.
and a big brush.
And a big paintbrush. Yeah, that's right. Amaris, what else do you see on the front of the book?
I see a little boy and letters.
A little boy and some letters. What letters do you see? They're in cursive, so they might be hard to tell what they are.
The.
You see the word the. Good job.
T-H-E spells the.
T-H-E spells the. Dot. That's right. What is the word dot start with? D. D-O-T. Dot. What do you guys think you could make from a dot, Tyler?
You can make a face.
You could make a face with a dot. Amaris?
Target.
You can make target with a dot. That's right. Ivy?
You can make hair with a dot.
Hair? Absolutely. Kaylin?
Heart.
A heart? Okay. Remy? Huh?
Cookie.
A cookie? Ooh. Okay, now I'm hungry. Yes, you may. All right, now I want to talk about if you guys have ever drawn a picture before. Ivy, you've drawn a picture before?
Yeah.
What was it of?
It was of a person.
Of a person? Ooh, what about you, Tyler?
I drew a cookie one time.
You drew a cookie? Yummy. Grayson?
Dog.
Oh, you drew Dogman? Is that from your book where it shows you how to draw it? That's pretty cool. I like that. What about you, Johnny? What kind of pictures have you drawn?
Your leopard gecko.
That's right. You did draw a picture of my leopard gecko. Remy, what kind of pictures have you drawn? Oh, you drew me? That's so sweet. Okay. Now let's see. What do you like to draw most of the time, Tyler?
I like to draw Sonic.
You like to draw Sonic. Ivy?
I like to draw Miss Tay.
Miss Tay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Grayson? Dogman. You guys like to draw Dogman. Now today, since we're talking about what? Dots. I want you to tell me, or I want you to make a dot with your finger in the air. Can you do that? Dot. That was easy, huh? Dot. What's your question? Yes, this is for Miss Tay. This is to remind me about certain things.
Miss Tay, if you have people, then they look like, and they're so cool.
The pupils are dots in our eyes, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, you guys are making some amazing connections. Miss Tay?
Even our head, I see that. Those things.
Yes, these are for Miss Tay.
Okay, what are those letters doing down there?
The letters right here? That's the name of the author, Peter H. Reynolds.
I know Peter.
What's up, Remy? Donut, that's right. Okay, so really quick before we get too far away from it, I want to start reading the story, and we're going to find out what happens when someone makes a dot, okay? You can answer my next question, okay? So we're going to find out what happens when someone makes a dot. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds.
Miss Tay, my back.
I'm so sorry. Baby, I need you on the carpet, please. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you go on the carpet, please?
So I can see.
Baby, carpet, please. Thank you. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Look at her face. What kind of face is she making?
Sad.
Sad face. Can you make a sad face? Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah! A polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Now, what do you think she's feeling right now?
Sad.
Sad, scared,
Mad.
mad. Grayson,
Crying.
angry. Remy, anxious. Okay. And now tell me, Remy, have you ever felt like that? You don't know what anxious means? Dang, that was a big word. I'm glad you used it. So anxious kind of means like you're scared or you're nervous. Do you know what nervous means?
Well, it was my first time in Mercedes class. I was there.
Yeah, so maybe you were anxious or nervous. So in your first time in Miss Mercedes class, you were anxious. What other emotions did I hear, Tyler?
Sad.
Sad. Have you ever felt sad?
Oh, yeah.
Why did you feel sad?
Because we kept moving.
That is a common occurrence. We're working on it though, right? Ivy, what emotion did you say?
I said crying.
Crying. Have you ever been crying? Yeah.
When she got pushed
What
by
happened?
a pencil.
I remember that. That was scary. You were so brave. I'm very, very proud of
She
you.
even screamed for you.
All right. Have you guys ever felt like you can't draw? Lincoln?
Do you know one time I stabbed myself?
My friends, can I have that? Oh, we're talking about this though. Have you ever felt like you just can't draw?
Actually, yes.
You have. What were you trying to draw where you felt like you just can't draw?
I was trying to draw a big giant a big clock tower, but so the most of the time that I draw I just scrabble and I can't draw.
You felt like you can't draw. Well, let's see what happens. She just said, very funny. Vashti said, I just can't draw. I got to move on. You can be my next friend to answer, okay? Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. My friend's eyes up here. What's a mark? Who can tell me what a mark is, Tyler?
Mark is a line.
Like a line. Okay. We're learning about lines. Remy, what's a mark?
A jab.
A jab. Okay. My friends, Miss T's reading a story. Hey, eyes up here, please. You need some help taking that off? Okay. Okay, so we just talked about what a mark is, and her teacher told her, just make a mark and see where it takes you. What do you think she's going to do?
A jab.
Johnny?
A jab.
A jab, that's right.
Yeah.
Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There.
And it's gonna take us somewhere.
Do you think she's feeling happy or sad?
Happy.
Or angry?
Angry.
Angry? Okay. Why do you think she's feeling angry?
Because she doesn't know how to draw yet.
Because she doesn't know how to draw yet?
Because she's mad because she doesn't know what to draw, but she doesn't draw that.
Yeah. Maybe she's having trouble with her creativity. You remember what creativity is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully.
It's just a dot.
It's just a dot. But what did she say? She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Why do you think she's having her sign it, Remy?
To write her name and she did good.
To write her name. To write her name because she did good. Why do you think she's having her sign it?
Because her teacher told her.
Just because teacher told her to? Tyler, why do you think her teacher's having her sign it?
Because she doesn't know whose it is.
That is a good one. You're right. She doesn't know whose it is. Vashti thought for a moment, well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot. The little dot she had drawn. Her dot. All framed in swirly gold. Why do you think it's in a frame, Johnny?
Because her teacher did it.
Because her teacher put it in a frame? Ivy, why do you think it's in a frame?
Because maybe she loved it.
Her teacher loved it? Yes. Remy, why do you think it's in a frame?
The teacher was proud of her just for trying.
That's right. That is right. All of your answers were so good. Her teacher's proud of her just for trying. How do you think that makes her feel? Ivy?
Happy.
Happy. Anybody else? Happy's good. Yes. Remy? Enjoyed. She's very enjoyed. You already gave me an answer. Let's see, Tyler. How do you think she's feeling? Excited. Johnny, how do you think she's feeling? Happy. Good. I love it. Those were all great answers. Amaris? Proud. That is a great one. You have one? Proud. That's right. You guys are on top of it. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I didn't do any of them.
You got to raise your hand. Whenever you raise your hand, I'll call on you, okay?
Miss Ted.
Yes.
Did you know a long time ago when my mom went to go?
Hold on, pause. Can that story be saved till after we're done reading?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work.
Too big.
Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow, and she discovered she could make a green dot. That's right. That's what happens when we mix blue with yellow. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. Eyes up here really quick. What do you guys notice?
Hit me in the head.
Hey, well, my friend, if you were sitting on your bottom crisscross applesauce, I think that could have been prevented. Let's try to not crawl around on the carpet, okay? Do we need a wiggle break?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, so remember, Vashti kept experimenting, and she's doing lots of little dots in many colors. What do you notice? What do you notice, Ivy?
I noticed it's purple.
She's got a purple dot? Yep. What else?
A red dot.
A red dot. Amaris, what do you notice?
A blue dot.
A gold dot? Ooh, I see it. Yep. Johnny?
I see. She made there was a line when she did the green.
Oh, yeah, there's a line dripping down from where she did the green. What do you notice, Grayson?
Blue.
You see the blue one? Yep. Remy? She made so many colors. That's right. Tyler?
I noticed something.
Yeah. See right there. See right there.
I noticed that there's lots of dots around it.
Yeah, there's a lot of dots, huh? What do you notice, Ty?
I noticed that the green one
Mm-hmm.
has a line dripping down, so that means she made a line.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I love it. Are all the dots the same or are they different?
They're different.
They're different. That's right. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. How do you think she did that?
She made a white dot.
But how do you think she did that? She didn't paint a dot, right? She
She
painted around it. That's right.
with the box.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see those like.
Sorry, I know that. Okay. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Can you guys come point to which one you like? Oi, oi. Very excited. Oh, you guys all like the big one?
Yeah.
Oh, you like the golden orange one, huh?
There is
Okay, we don't need to push each other to do it. We just have to. Okay, you pointed to it? All right. Hey, perfect. Okay, now we can go sit down. Thank you. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Does that sound familiar?
No.
That doesn't sound familiar?
No, that does.
Who else said that they couldn't draw? Vashti. That's right. Who else said they couldn't draw? Vashti did.
Lincoln did.
Lincoln said that he felt, yeah, I do remember he said that he felt like he was having trouble drawing one time.
You never asked me that I had it in it.
I asked all my friends, but some of my friends didn't raise their hands. Okay. How is this like the beginning of the story? Remy?
She said, "I wish I could draw, but I can't."
Yeah, Vashti said the same thing, right? So it's almost the same thing, almost very similar. Let's see. Vashti smiled. Oh, can I have you on the carpet, please? Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper and said, "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line.
Okay.
Okay, we're almost there. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." Oh my goodness. Yes, Remy? Her teacher said that. That's right. That's also like the beginning of the story. Okay, so who can tell me what happened first in the story? Ivy?
She couldn't draw.
She felt like she couldn't draw, right? And then what happened, Grayson?
Dot.
She drew a dot. Her teacher told her to draw a dot. That's right. What else did her teacher tell her to do, Lincoln?
Sign her paper because she liked it.
Sign her paper. Okay. What happened after she signed her paper? Hold on. I know you know, and I'm very glad, but I want to call on other friends too. Johnny, what happened after she signed her paper? What did her teacher do after she signed her after Vashti signed her paper? Hold on, let's see if Johnny knows. If Johnny doesn't know, I'll call on you. You don't remember? What did she do after the teacher had her sign her paper?
She put a thing on it.
The teacher? Put a thing on it. What's the thing? Can you remember what that's called? Remy?
Picture frame.
A picture frame. And then they put it up on the wall, right? Okay, what happened next, Tyler? Hold on, my friends. Let's listen to what Tyler has to say.
She drew a bunch of dots.
Then she started drawing a bunch of dots, huh? Okay, what happened after she drew a bunch of dots? My friends, hi. What happened after she drew a bunch of dots? Ivy?
She drew a bigger dot.
She drew even bigger dots.
Why did Grayson put it up?
Baby, we're not worried about that. Can you go sit down?
Okay, just like my picture frame I gave you.
Okay, and then what happened at the end of the story? Who remembers? Lincoln.
The boy said he couldn't draw one straight line on its own without even with a ruler.
Yeah.
But then he Vashti saw his squiggle line and then she said, "Please sign it." And he said, "Really?"
Yes. Dude, you had a lot of detail with that. I love that. See, now I knew you were paying attention. Great job. So that's all that happened in the story, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now I want you to
Go play.
I know you're ready to go play. But now I want you to turn and tell a friend what your dot would be, okay? Turn and tell your friend what your dot would be.
So I'm not gonna talk with nobody.
Thank you, Miss Lon.
Ivy's just playing with her.
Why don't you tell her what your dot would be?
Where did you find that from? Why did you get that?
Okay, now we are going to do an activity where we are going to make our own dot, okay? We're going to make our own dot, and then you guys are going to tell me about your picture, and I am going to write it down, and we're going to put it on the walls in home living in our very own gold artwork frames. Okay, are we ready? Okay.
In this language experience activity, students create their own artwork inspired by the dot, starting with a simple mark or dot and turning it into something meaningful. After they finish, each student describes their work out loud. I ask simple questions like, "What did you make?" or "Tell me about your picture," and I write down exactly what they say. Then we read their words back together, which helps students see the connection between what they say and what is written. Finally, we display their artwork in their very own gold frames with their words as museum-style labels. This connects back to the story when Vashti's dot was framed, helping the students see that their ideas and creations are important and worth sharing. This dramatic play center extends the dot by moving students beyond simply creating art into the role of meaning makers and communicators. In the story, Vashti begins to understand that even a simple dot can represent something valuable and personal. In the museum center, students experience that same idea by explaining the meaning behind their own artwork to others. As they act as artists and museum guides, they are practicing expressive language by describing what they created, why they made it, and what it represents. This builds deeper oral language skills because students are not just naming colors or shapes, they're communicating intention and meaning. This mirrors the deeper message of the book that creativity becomes powerful when it's shared and valued. Students learn that their artwork has an audience, just like Vashti learns that her dot can be meaningful when it's recognized and discussed. This art studio center extends the dot by allowing students to experience the same creative process as Vashti, where a simple starting point grows into something more meaningful. In the story, Vashti begins with a single dot, which represents uncertainty and simplicity. Through experimentation, that dot transforms into something expressive. In the art studio, students experience the same idea by starting with simple marks and allowing their ideas to develop naturally as they paint. What makes this deeper learning is not just the painting itself, but the language students use while creating. Students are encouraged to talk about how their ideas change, what they notice as they work, and what their artwork represents. This turns a physical art experience into a cognitive process where students connect thinking, creating, and language. This directly connects to the book's message that creativity is not fixed, but something that grows when students are encouraged to explore and reflect. This writing center extends the dot by helping students shift from seeing themselves as people who try to draw into people who identify as artists, just like Vashti does in the story. In the book, a major transformation happens when Vashti realizes her simple dot has value. That moment builds confidence and changes how she sees herself. In this center, students reinforce that same identity shift through language by creating an acrostic for the word artist. Each letter becomes an opportunity for vocabulary development. Many students use familiar words like animals or colors to match each letter. This supports early literacy skills like letter recognition and vocabulary, while also giving them a way to share their ideas. The decorative frame further reinforces the idea that from the story that creative work deserves recognition and value. Students are not just writing words, they're expressing who they are as creators. These are the materials I use throughout the centers, including word cards, student samples, and creative writing templates. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this lesson was helpful and gave some ideas for connecting literacy and creativity in the classroom.